How are you, my friend? Keeping well? Looking as slim as ever and dashing. That's quite nice, actually. What time did you start?
फेस देना फेस दिखता है
happening. Openings are smoking, so don't tell us. Take it out and see. No, they're not giving it.
Later. Let me be. No time. I'm free. But I want to meet my friends.
हमें बहुत खुशी हो रही है
Nandita, congratulations. There's an association with our gallery. So what would you like to say for such a wonderful exhibition which is put up today by Jatin?
Jatin da is, we are his biggest fans. He's fantastic, he's inspiring personally as an artist, he's a poet, he's a writer, he's a muralist. The more we speak about him, the more there is to know. We are very, very excited to present this show. We have done a lot of shows with him. But for us, this is special because after being gone through COVID as an 80-year-old man, in spite of that, in spite of all the challenges, not having access to paper, not having access to painting materials, he's managed to create such a phenomenal body of work. And I have to tell you one thing, Jatin da or Baba as we call him never works with a subject. This is the first time that I have seen such a big body of work which is dedicated to Shiva. And I think that's what makes it really unique. You can see he's explored different medium. He's worked in terracotta and his strokes are so powerful. Nothing has changed. As he's grown in age, he's become more and more, more prolific. More strokes are even stronger than before. He's playing with round canvases, round canvas boards, ceramic medium, paper works, etching, serigraphs. I mean, I can't think of any artist that can produce a body of work like this, which is so convincing and which is so exciting to show in a space like Jahangir Art Gallery. After it gets over here, we'll be very excited to move it in Art and Soul. We could not have done justice to this in Art and Soul because the show is really, really big. So we hope to curate a smaller collection, which we'll then take to our gallery.
Art and Soul is being placed in this black and now again, which is very, ongoing with Jatina's exhibition. What do you have to say about that?
So we cannot really compare the two experiences. Black was our effort at giving a platform to a debut artist who was showing for the first time, who actually had no idea how to go about building a collection. So we mentored him, we handheld him. But Jatinda is a master at another level. We cannot compare him with any other Indian contemporary artist. And I'm personally very, very proud and very, very happy and very honored and humbled to be part of this Prakriti Purush.
About the painting, which is one of your favorite right behind you, what do you have to say about that?
Both these works, because I feel that he says, Jatinda always tells me, I don't paint my canvas, I sculpt my canvas. And I've seen him do that. He throws his colors on the canvas. The balance, you'll not find anything that is not in perfect balance. His figures are all poetry in motion. They're all dancing. There's so much activity. And after he's put the color on the canvas, he adds a minimal few strokes. And there you have a vision of perfection. Thank you very much. There's the man. Come.
Just a minute. ये एक दफ़ा हुसैन के बारे में कुछ हुआ था in Delhi in Lalit Kala, outside Lalit Kala Academy. About 200 photographer cameramen came and they were talking about Hussain ka painting वगैरह. So I asked all the journalists, have you seen Hussein's painting? They said no. You get what I'm trying to say, sir? I will only talk to you if you look at all the works. Then only I'll give an interview, otherwise not. If you first look at my work. Suniye.
They've already done a round.
Eh?
They've gone all around.
No, I'm telling them, I'm not telling you. They don't speak on their behalf. My request is, I am from Bombay. I've been exhibiting here many times in Bombay. This may be the last show. So mera anurodh hai to these young people, have a look at my work. And then we talk, nahi? भाई जल्दी एक शूटिंग ले लो, जाके अखबार में दे दो, काम खत्म, पैसा कमा लो, कोई फायदा नहीं है. Are you with me what I'm saying? If you go to a music concert, if you go to a dance or to a painting, see their work, digest it, इसका मजा लो, फिर इंटरव्यू करो तो मजा आएगा.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you. So somebody is going to ask the question.
What do you have to say about the beautiful work which is inspired by nature and by ship?
Yeah. First of all, I must tell you, and this is, I'm not trying to say big words. I'm really honored that I have been called here. I met him long time back when I was a little child. And I had no idea, though I also come from family of artists, musicians. And I happened to meet him. And I came to know that he's a very big painter, very famous. It's over a period of time when I grew up and I joined art, I realized who he is. And I always said, okay, you know, I missed a chance. I met him and that time I was just a child. And then much later I met him again in a festival. I never thought that I'll be able to see his exhibition. Then suddenly I got Nandita's invite and I came here. It's wonderful. It's called Prakriti and Purush. And as I've been told that he's very emotional about it, and I can see that it's his recent work, a lot of work from 2020, the year actually before COVID, And then there is work which is this year also, 2022 also I saw. So this is his recent work. It's wonderful. You really can't explain art or analyze it. I mean, the critics can do that, but I'm no critic. So it's a straight impact on me. I love it. There are so many stories in these lines, which of course everyone figures out another story. And it's really wonderful. There are great sketches here. And there are very minimalistic use of colors in some of the paintings. And it's like a blast of colors in others. So it's a great combination, and I really think that he's one great artist whom I have personally seen and seen his work. Otherwise, I'm not that fortunate who has happened to meet a lot of painters or artists that way. So I'm very happy to be here, and I'm really thankful to Nandita, to him, that they invited me, and I'm here. Thank you.
What do you have to say about this wonderful work of art which Jatin Das is exhibited today?
I think it's beautiful. The art is beautiful. My dad, Pratap Sharma, was a close friend of Jatin uncle, so it's lovely. We've grown up, seeing his works, and it's beautiful. And his style is similar in terms of there's a style which is very much his signature style. But I think what is different this time is also there's a lot of different colors and the plates are different. So he's added a lot of different elements, but it's beautiful as always.
So what would be your pick for the evening?
I like the plates. I thought that was something I hadn't seen before. I like the very colorful. There's one which is like got pink, orange, and blue, and I really like that one. Thank you. Thank you.
अच्छा ठीक है ठीक है बिल्कुल बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है और दिल से बहुत शुभकामना है, क्योंकि देखिए प्रकृति और के साथ में जो संगम है, ये जो यहाँ पर हमने पूरा देखा, शिव और शक्ति से बना हुआ संसार है। जतिन दा ने जो इतनी अच्छी तरीके से, इतनी बारीकी से इसको दर्शाया है, उसको हम शब्दों में बयान नहीं कर सकते हैं। और अपने ये छोटे शब्दों से समझाना चाहते हैं कि जो उन्होंने इतनी खूबसूरती से प्रकृति क्या है, प्रकृति को समझना बहुत आवश्यक है। कहते हैं शिव ही शक्ति है, शक्ति ही शिव है। या देवी सर्वभूते, नवरात्रि का समय चल रहा है, इसमें बोलते हैं कि जो शक्ति का जो आवाहन करते हैं, नर और नारी दोनों का जो संगम बताया गया है ज्योतिष शास्त्र में, वेदों में, जहाँ पर शिव है वहाँ पर शक्ति विराजमान है, और जहाँ पर शक्ति है वहाँ पर शिव विराजमान है। तो जतिन दा ने क्या किया है, अपने पेंटिंग के माध्यम से शिव और शक्ति दोनों को एक पेंटिंग में ही दर्शा दिया है। ये बहुत ही अद्भुत है। ठीक है ना?
Hi, good evening.
He's a legend, and Prakriti Purush is the theme of today's exhibition.
Sorry?
Prakriti and Purush is the title of the exhibition today. What
Hi.
would you like to say? You're an art collector yourself.
Yeah, no, I'm not an art collector. I'm a big collector of Jatin's work. And I had hosted him at Ambient. Hi, I'm just happy to be here. I'm a big fan of Jatin Das's work. Not just a fan, a huge collector of his work. I've collected his work over a period of years. Not only did I collect his work, but I hosted an art camp at Ambi Valley about 10, 12 years ago, and Jatin was part of the camp. And I really enjoyed his company, enjoyed spending time with him. And Jatin specifically did work for me. He signed for my wife and me. And all those works of Jatin's are very, very dear to me. And from the time of my collection till now, I think Jatin is keeping on improving. I love the work he has done. And I'm so happy to meet him all after this year. It's always an honor to meet him and a pleasure. And I think he's just improving more and more and more. And it's great to be here with him again. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful exhibition which is inspired from nature.
I've always admired his work, and I have known Jatin Bhai for a long time because I used to be a young lad and he used to be my uncle's friend. My uncle was involved in painting and drama and this thing in Delhi, so I used to meet him. What I really admire about his painting is a lot of energy in it. A lot of dikti energy, or you can feel it, or it by osmosis, I think it gets into you as well. So that's what I admire about it. It's a pity I can't afford it, but let's see someday. So I was here the last time he was here in 17, I think. I saw that exhibition also, and I always, whenever he's here, I always make it a point to visit his exhibition. Thank you so much.
Jatin Bhai, yeah, my name is Madhusudan Kumar. I'm a painter,
and I'm a filmmaker, I'm a sitar player. Anyway, so that's a small, I'm not a celebrity, but I'm just talking about. I was running a gallery called Artist Center, which is the birthplace of all the progressive artists. The great 6 names, Ara, Hussain, Raza, Gade, Bakre, all those. And so I ran that gallery. Now it is closed down, but we are reopening it very soon. We'll let you know. And Jatin Bhai and we are friends from the time when I used to come as a young artist here. And he was having a studio at Akash Ganga. And he was telling yesterday, at the age of 28, yesterday I met him in the evening with Dr. Saryu Doshi and we had a gathering yesterday. He was telling it, as a young artist, he was admired by the senior artists. There was nothing called young and senior because those days everybody respected as an artist.
There is good and bad.
Good and bad. And he was, one day he was invited by J.J. Baba, Homi Baba, Dr. Homi Baba of AFR. He was an artist and a scientist, great scientist, and he called him for drinks. He says, I was a young guy, and he is calling me for drinks, and he was giving me all, he went there. He was giving his experiences, how these great people of that time were interacting with the young artists. And I was a lucky guy also. I also interacted with a lot of great artists like Raza, of course, Hara was my mentor. And today we are here as artists because of those artists who have contributed so much to the scenario, and we should remember them. And we may be opening the gallery at Prabha Devi in the P.L. Deshpande Gallery. So Artist Center might take a rebirth. So you all have to come there to support us. And it is going to be a place for young artists, especially, and we'll also invite senior artists like me, like that. Now I'm a senior artist, but younger generation has to be encouraged. That is going to be our motto. So we all are looking forward the support from you all, the media. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Jatin is an eminent artist and Padma also, and he is exhibiting his probably the 70th exhibition today. What do you have to say about paintings which are inspired from nature?
First and foremost, to all of you, ये जो आज़ादी मिली हमें मास्क से कैसी लग रही है? It's so good to be open out here finally, and with such a wonderful exhibition. जतिन जी जो आज कर रहे हैं is phenomenal. आप देखें एक एक पेंटिंग कुछ बोल रही है. This is the best way to express yourself. Nothing can be better than this. हम सब कुछ ना कुछ सीखते ही हैं इन चीज़ों से, और ये कारवा एक ऐसा कारवा है, इट स्टैंड्स आउट, इट अपील्स टू द अटमोस्ट. इन फनकारों को नमन, दिल से नमन. आप सोचें जतिन जी जिनको आज पद्मश्री से नवाजा गया, वो अपने आप में किस लेवल के फनकार हैं. हम और आप, हम कोई नहीं है इसको तोलने वाले, बट एवरी पेंटिंग एज आई सेड speaks about it at large. Thank you so much.
From the days of the art school, and he has always been a very dynamic person, very full of energy, wanting to go and do many things. His style, if you ask me, has also the vigor and energy that he himself has, and there is slight change over the years, but otherwise it has the same sort of dash to it and color to it, and his line is very strong and very good. Okay?
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sujata Bajaj, and it's so much, it feels so good to be here and meet everybody and see this exhibition. I've come to India after 2.5 years, so it feels like a blessing, and सबको यहाँ है और बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. ये शो जहांगीर, it's amazing. He's a master, we always enjoy his work, we like him, we like his work. So
पेंटिंग कैसी लगी आपको पेंटिंग?
हम तो कब से इनकी पेंटिंग, हम लोग जब स्टूडेंट थे तब से देखते आ रहे हैं, तो बड़े मास्टर हैं.
I know Jatinda for a very long time. Nandita is a family friend and my namesake. So Omji would always say Boro, Choto. You know, that was one thing, and things like that. So we have very fond memories of Jatinda. Especially when I remember I was writing my first book of short stories, he just laid out his whole, the Durga series and said, use whatever you want. And even when last, I think Omji had a party for my son Ishan, 18th, on his 18th birthday. I have a photo, I was showing Jatinda. He just came, he got the Taj ka napkin and he pulled out a black chalk. And my son came and said, Ma, uncle is saying he wants to do a portrait. I said, please go. Uncle's portrait is worthwhile. So he just sketched and we still have it at home. So very, very fond. Wonderful to see the energy he has and the energy in his paintings.
My first introduction to Jatindas was actually through Nandita, because she was, me and Nandita were in the same theatre group from a college time. We were close friends. We did our first film together. So I knew her as Nandita's father. But when I start watching his work, for which, of course, I needed an eye to develop, which I did. And I found that probably, apart from Manjeet Bawa, he was my favorite painter in terms of the kind of energy he creates in a palette. His palettes are full of energy, not just what is in the foreground, but even the background. So the swirling energy that he has in his, frames, just draws your attention, hypnotically draws you to them. And his frames and palettes are constantly moving and shifting within them. Even here, as you see, the bodies are constantly contorting and moving. They're always in motion, either physical motion or motion of subconsciousness. So I just love the way he creates motion within a frame. And being from theatre and cinema, I love things which move and energize.
Jatindas is most senior artist in India, and I know him personally also since very long, almost 30 years. But I think more than that, his work is important here. We continue his journey over many decades, in his work, and also his style is totally different than contemporary Indian other artist style, more or less. So I enjoy kind of style, and also today, after 2 years, I think we are all meeting together, and it is a very nice opportunity also to meet artists' work, also some other artist friends, and everything is good, and I'm so happy to hear now. Thank you.
You are an amazing curator, artist, painter yourself, and visiting Jatinda's exhibition today, which is inspired from nature. As an artist yourself, what would you like to say?
So Jatin, I'm coming to a show after a couple of years at the Chandni, same place, and he had a sellout show. Jatin is a very dear friend, and I think his works, his colors that he uses, his master strokes, that's Jatin Das. He's uncomparable. You just can't compare him to anything. He's like a master artist. I love his artwork, and his style of painting is amazing. So I wish him all the best, Jatin, and you don't get him anymore nowadays, artists like him, yeah.
सो अब हम जतिन दास जी के बारे में क्या कहें, पद्मश्री अवार्ड विनर के बारे में क्या कहें। मैंने उनके बहुत पहले, ऑफ कोर्स एवरीबडी इज जो आर्ट लवर है या जो एक आर्टिस्टिक लवर्स है वो सब इनके बारे में जानते हैं, इनके पेंटिंग्स के बारे में जानते हैं। जो मुझे सबसे ज़्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग इनके बारे में लगता है वो है इनके कलर्स, हैवी स्ट्रोक्स, इनके बारे में जो डीप थॉट्स हैं, जो स्केचेस हैं उनके। और मुझे बिकॉज मैं खुद एक डांसर हूँ तो मुझे नटराज के पिक्चर्स हमेशा बहुत अच्छे लगते हैं। इनफैक्ट मैंने वहाँ के नटराज पिक्चर्स क्लिक करके अपने इंस्टाग्राम पे डाले हैं, बिकॉज वो एक गॉड हैं जो मुझे बहुत इंस्पायर करते हैं, इंट्रीगिंग गॉड हैं और हर कोई उनके बारे में इतनी बारीकी से नहीं निकाल पाता जैसे वो निकालते हैं। सो दैट्स इट। आई मीन व्हाट मोर कैन वी से अबाउट somebody who's so artistic, so prolific in his work. Thank you again.
बोलिए।
बोलो।
बेसिक किसी को।
हेलो। हेलो।
हाँ, पूछिए ना कुछ।
सर क्या कहना चाहेंगे आज के एग्जीबिशन के बारे में?
कुछ नहीं पूछेंगे
कि ये शो आप एक तो बॉम्बे में इतने सालों बाद कर रहे हैं। सुनो बाबा, शिवानी कोई भी नहीं, शिवानी
ओके
और
हेलो, गुड मॉर्निंग।
गुड इवनिंग।
अच्छा,
वो
गुड इवनिंग।
हमेशा गुड मॉर्निंग ही कहते हैं।
हेलो, सुनिए, नमस्कार। मैं बॉम्बे का रहने वाला हूँ। आई ग्रू अप इन बॉम्बे और मैं यहाँ 17 साल की उम्र में उड़ीसा से आया था जेजे स्कूल ऑफ आर्ट में पढ़ने के लिए। तब से यहाँ था 11 साल। उसके बाद 52 इयर्स हो गया मैं दिल्ली में हूँ और स्टिल आई मिस बॉम्बे, क्योंकि बॉम्बे के लोग बहुत सीधे साधे हैं।
अच्छा
हैं, लेकिन ये बुरा नहीं मानना, मुझे हर जगह पसंद है। दिल्ली भी पसंद है, बॉम्बे भी पसंद है। बॉम्बे में सीजन नहीं है, दिल्ली में ठंडी, गर्मी, स्प्रिंग सब कुछ है। ये बात। दूसरा, बॉम्बे में मेरे टाइम में बॉम्बे वॉज अ वेरी इम्पोर्टेंट कॉस्मोपॉलिटन सिटी विथ मैनी आर्टिस्ट, राइटर, पोएट, पेंटर, म्यूजिशियन, आर्किटेक्ट, सब यहाँ के बहुत साइंटिस्ट सब थे। आप समझ रहे हैं ना। और अभी वो शिफ्ट हो गया दिल्ली। हर जगह एक दफ़ा उठता है, फिर नीचे पतन होता है, फिर उठता है ना। तो बॉम्बे में मैं बहुत जगह में रहा हूँ, चर्च गेट में, लेमिंगटन रोड में, इधर उधर प्रभा देवी में वगैरह रहा हूँ, वर्ली सी फेस में। तो मैं जब 20-22 साल का भी था, मेरा जब शो हुआ कि ताज आर्ट गैलरी में, बड़े बड़े आर्टिस्ट जो मेरे से 30 साल बड़े भी हैं, सब आते थे शो देखने। उनको कोई SMS, टेलीफोन कुछ नहीं किया जाता था।
उस ज़माने में था ही नहीं।
नहीं था भी नहीं।
शो के बारे में थोड़ी, these are not great।
लेकिन बोले अच्छा जतिन का शो है, जाएंगे। हेब्बार, चावड़ा, बेंद्रे, आरा, सब लोग, गायतोंडे, दशरथ पटेल वगैरह वगैरह। इट विल साउंड लाइक नेम ड्रॉपिंग कि ये सब वो ज़माने में बड़े छोटे आर्टिस्ट का नहीं था। जिसका काम अच्छा है लोग पसंद करते थे, देखने जाते थे, सबका, किसी का। अच्छा, फिर हम जाते थे ये क्या उसको बोलते हैं, मेट्रो के सामने जो आंगन है, क्या जगह जहाँ म्यूजिक होता था, भूल गया।
ये सब न्यूज़ वाले हैं बाबा, इनको सब इतना नहीं पता।
मेरे के कॉन्सर्ट हम इंटरव्यू शाम को सुबह तक सुनते थे।
ये साउंड बाइट वाले हैं।
कोई बात नहीं,
नहीं, पर ये लोग कुछ भी नहीं।
अच्छा, बात करो।
It's unfortunate, but
सुनिए,
ये बहुत दिलदार हैं। और हाँ,
शो के बारे में मैं बहुत सारे एग्जीबिशन बॉम्बे में किया हूँ, दिल्ली में, कलकत्ता में, मद्रास में, बेंगलोर में, विदेश में किया हूँ। अभी शो करने का बहुत इच्छा नहीं होता। ये शो 5 साल के बाद हो रहा है इसी गैलरी में। 2017 I had a show here and this is a show now after 5 years। और इसके बाद कब करूँगा मुझे याद मालूम नहीं, और मैं कभी शो का सोचता नहीं हूँ, काम करता हूँ। जब भी कब एक ग्रुप ऑफ वर्क बनता है फिर शो के लिए सोचता हूँ, ठीक है ना। तो आप लोग ज़रा आपके ज़रिए सबको बोलिए, आके देखें, दूसरे कलाकारों का देखें, काम देखें, हैं? और
तो ये प्रकृति पुरुष आपको कैसे, क्यों सोचा
ये
आपने?
शिवा शक्ति नहीं बोल रहा हूँ मैं, इसको प्रकृति पुरुष बोल रहा हूँ इसीलिए ये जो ब्रह्मांड है, प्रकृति पुरुष का मिलन से प्रकृति बनता है। और हमारे देश में अर्धनारीश्वर के कॉन्सेप्ट है, मूर्ति का, स्कल्पचर का वगैरह। और मैं कोई रिलीजियस हिसाब से नहीं बनाया है, मैं बनाया, मुझे पसंद है इसलिए बनाया। और दूसरा बात है, मैं अहमदाबाद में ये अदानी के लिए म्यूरल बना रहा था, बहुत सारे आर्टिस्ट बना रहे थे, मैंने एक बनाया शिवा शक्ति के ऊपर, और उस वक्त ये सब काम पैदा शुरू हुआ। तो मैं क्या करता हूँ, मैं कोई सोच बात के काम शुरू नहीं करता, मैं काम करता हूँ, काम मुझे बताता है क्या करना है, समझ रहे ना।
आज आपके बहुत सारे पुराने दोस्त आए यहाँ पर,
बहुत सारे पुराने
कैसा लगा?
मिले, किसी को, बहुत सारे को इन्फॉर्म नहीं किया था, हमारे बेटी ने किया, गैलरी वालों ने किया, इसीलिए दोस्त आए, मैं खुश हुआ। लेकिन बहुत सारे दोस्त गुजर गए हैं जो कि नहीं है कि आए सकते, और कुछ दोस्त हैं जो कि ये में है, सबब में है, और उनको खबर भी नहीं मिला है नहीं, और सब आके देखें। और इसके बारे, पेंटिंग के बारे में कुछ नहीं बोल सकता, मैं कभी बोलता नहीं, सिर्फ बोलता हूँ ड्राइंग है, वाटर कलर है, इंक है,
बाकी आप देखिए, सही बात,
ग्राफिक्स है, आप लोग देखें। और धन्य हो आप लोगों को, नमस्कार है, बाय बाय।
जी, दिस इज़ मोस्टली इन हिंदी, राइट? ये ज़्यादातर हिंदी में है। हाँ, स्पीक अ लिटिल लाउडर, या जी। सो या सो मैं तो अपने, मतलब मेरे लिए यही नॉर्मल था कि मैं एक कैसे बोले, मैवरिक आर्टिस्ट के घर में पैदा हुई। तो मैं कई म्यूजिशियंस, आर्टिस्ट, डांसर्स, उसी माहौल में पली बढ़ी। मैं तो सोचती थी कि माएँ ऑफिस जाती हैं, क्योंकि मेरी माँ 9 to 5 का जॉब पूरा करती थी नेशनल बुक ट्रस्ट में। तो मुझे लगता था कि माएँ ऑफिस जाती हैं और पिताजी खाना बनाते हैं, सफाई करते हैं और मस्ती के लिए पेंटिंग करते हैं, क्योंकि मेरे पिताजी खाना बहुत अच्छा एक्चुअली खाना बनाते हैं। तो वो सच्ची में मुझे ऐसे लगता था, और वो जैसे औरतें जो ज़्यादातर एक समाज में करती हैं, वो सारे काम वो करते थे, इसलिए मुझे कभी ऐसा लगा ही नहीं कि आदमियों का ये काम नहीं है। बाद में जाके पता चला, तो थोड़े अलग तो थे ही, हमारे घर का माहौल ही थोड़ा अलग था। और मैं देखती थी कि एकदम से कितनी स्फूर्ति से वो जिस तरह से पेंटिंग और ड्राइंग करते हैं। जब मैं बड़ी होने लगी, मैं देखने लगी काफ़ी आर्टिस्ट पेंसिल से पहले ड्रॉ करते हैं, फिर उसको भरते हैं, फिर स्केल भी यूज़ करते हैं। और मैं देखती थी कि मेरे पिताजी तो बस, मतलब उन्होंने कभी पेंसिल यूज़ नहीं किया। हमें मना किया जाता था कि हम कभी भी इरेज़र का इस्तेमाल नहीं कर सकते। कहते हैं कोई चीज़ गलत नहीं होती है, अगर कोई लाइन इधर हो गई तो आप उससे कुछ और बना लो। तो हमें बिल्कुल भी अलाउड नहीं था कि हम स्केल लें या इरेज़र लें। तो उस माहौल में मैं बड़ी हुई, और आज देखिए उनके 80th बर्थडे का साल है। 2 दिसंबर को उनको 80 साल हुए, और अभी भी वो मेरे से ज़्यादा चीज़ें उठा पाते हैं, मेरे से तेज़ चलते हैं, और होपफुली ऐसे ही रहेंगे। और मुझे तो बहुत ही विश्वास है कि अगर इंसान मन से पॉजिटिव हो और साफ दिल हो और एक बचपना हो, तो मेरे ख्याल से वो फिज़िकली भी आपको इम्पैक्ट करता है। और ये बहुत ही एक इंटरेस्टिंग शो है, और मुझे खुद, मैंने ये वाला शो अहमदाबाद में भी उनका ऐसा एक शो हुआ था इसी प्रकृति पुरुष को लेकर, और तब मैंने देखा कि 2 साल कोविड में जो वो अकेले इतना रहे, हम भी नहीं ज़्यादा जा पाए, और वो बस घर रहते और स्टूडियो जाते, बस उसके अलावा उनके स्टूडियो के भी सारे असिस्टेंट्स भी नहीं आ रहे थे। पर उस दौरान उन्होंने ये सब कैसे बनाया खुद समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, लेकिन बहुत ही एक इंटरेस्टिंग शो है, और उम्मीद है कि आप लोगों को भी पसंद आया होगा। और यहाँ पर जहांगीर आर्ट गैलरी में 11 तारीख तक है, और उसके बाद 12 से 23 गैलरी आर्ट एंड सोल जो वर्ली में है वहाँ पर है। तो मैं सबको ये विनती करूँगी, गुजारिश करूँगी कि सब लोग आएँ, चाहे स्टूडेंट्स हो। ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता कि मुझे आर्ट के बारे में नहीं पता या पता नहीं मैंने कैसे देखा। हम भी ऐसे ही पले बढ़े, देखते देखते ही हम सीखे, जाने और मैं कभी भी अपने फादर को पूछती हूँ कि इसका क्या मतलब है या कैसे बनाया, तो वो कहते हैं ये सब सवाल मत किया करो, सिर्फ देखो, कुछ पेंटिंग्स तुम्हें अच्छी लगेंगी, कुछ नहीं लगेंगी, इसके पीछे बहुत ज़्यादा उसको इंटेलेक्चुअलाइज करने की कोशिश मत करो, दिल से देखो तो शायद जो अब समझ ज़्यादा आने लगेगा। थैंक यू जी। पर ये उनका हमेशा से फिगरेटिव एक स्टाइल रहा है, वो हमेशा एक बियॉन्ड टाइम एंड प्लेस जैसे कहते हैं कि बेयर फिगर्स करते हैं, क्योंकि उसके कोई समय नहीं होता, कोई कॉन्टेक्स्ट नहीं होता है, वो एक मतलब एक इंसान की जो अंदर की अनुभूति होती है उसको एक अलग तरीके से व्यक्त होती है, और कभी इंसान डिप्रेस भी होता है तो पता नहीं क्या कुछ और निकल जाता है। तो एक आर्टिस्ट की जर्नी का कोई आर्टिस्ट को भी शायद कभी कभी पता नहीं चलता है कि वो क्यों ऐसे बनाते हैं। और जैसे अभी उन्होंने कहा कि वो कभी भी अपने आर्ट के बारे में बोलना नहीं चाहते, वो चाहते हैं कि खुद ब खुद आर्ट अपना काम करे। जैसे जब मैं फ़िल्म बनाती हूँ और लोग पूछते हैं इसके पीछे ये था वो था, बहुत चीज़ें होती है। फिल्म तो फिर भी एक कंपोजिट आर्ट है, पर पेंटिंग, पोइट्री, ये सब बहुत प्योर आर्ट है और इसकी जर्नी बिल्कुल अलग होती है। थैंक यू।
Rolling.
I love it. I mean, as soon as I heard that it was about Shiva, I totally am totally into Shiva. So, it's wonderful to see how he interprets it. And not only, the mediums that he's used, and also on terracotta is like really, really interesting. Something like this could be put anywhere. It doesn't have to be in an art gallery. It doesn't have to be, it can be in a home, it can be in a store, it can be anywhere. So, I love the diversity of the pencil sketches, the acrylic, everything. And I mean, I'm here for Nandita also. We worked on her video together, which she had done. And of course, her father is so well known, Jatin is so well known. So, one made the trek all the way from the other end of town for her and decided to come and see it.